Hello, welcome again to the Daily Sporran, and today I'm going to do a song called Aeroplane, which is probably the earliest recorded song we have of Jethro Tull, although in September-ish 1967, when this song was recorded, Jethro Tull weren't called Jethro Tull. They were going through a variety of names. They were probably called Candy Coloured Rain at this point, but we don't exactly know. And this is one of a clutch of songs that were recorded in that period. Some in studios in the north of England and maybe some in the south as well. When Jethro Tull were finding their feet, literally finding their name, let alone finding their feet, but Ian Anderson in particular started to compose some songs. And this is his first song that was recorded, although it's a co-composition with Glenn Cornick under the name Len Barnard, Barnard being one of Glenn Cornick's middle names. And I'll say at the end how I think you can tell that this song was a Glenn Cornick riff that Ian Anderson probably turned into a bigger song. And it's a kind of diversion musically for Jethro Tull from the from the R&B soul that they were doing as the John Evan Smash and the John Evan Band. But before they get to the jazz bluesy stuff of 1968, this is more of a kind of psychedelic pop interlude, really, a Summer of 67 kind of song, very untypical of Ian Anderson, but there are some very Ian Anderson things about it, and I'll say something about that at the end too. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy it more than Ian Anderson enjoys these pre-Jethro Tull recordings of his, because he really doesn't like them. So apologies for the purists, but anyway, I hope you enjoy this archaeological dig into the early canon of Jethro Tull. Wish me luck. Flying, made of sticks and paper, aeroplane, dying, is the wind not climbing my aeroplane, blowing, going somewhere high, in the evening tumbling down, but it's surely been up there, crying, want to live my life as my aeroplane. Sighing in the sunshine, but softly, my aeroplane, lonely but only until it comes down, where there's people running round, but it's surely been up there, flying, my aeroplane, my aeroplane, my aeroplane, my aeroplane. There you go, a little slice of Summer of 67 pop that never really made it anywhere. It was the B-side of Sunshine Day, this song, which was released in February 1968, the first official Jethro Tull single, or rather Jethro Toe single, as it was misnamed on the label. I think this song was probably written because Glenn Cornick went up to Ian Anderson one day and said, hey, I've got a good bass line, which is... and everything was written around that, which is why it's a co-composition. But it does have a few Ian Anderson touches. The little transition into the middle eight, for example. feels very Ian Anderson to me. And his voice, if you listen to the original recording of this song, his voice actually sounds much more like the Ian Anderson you get on Stand Up and Benefit than the rather affected, bluesy voice you get on This Was. Of course, that kind of music he wanted to move away from because it felt it wasn't him. I think his voice, in particular the middle section, lonely but only until it comes down, where there's people running round. That is Ian Anderson's voice on the records of Benefit, Stand Up, and later, much, much more than you hear a year later than this song on This Was. So there are some Ian Anderson flashes in this song. What do we know about that period of 1967? Well, we know that Jethro Tull's first public appearance, really, although I'm not sure what they were called at this point, was on a Granada TV show, which is a Northwest TV channel, regional channel in the UK. I think it was in May 1967, where they played an Ian Anderson composition called Take the Easy Way Home. And we also know from various sources that there are a bunch of other songs recorded in this summer, autumn 1967 period in different places. Glenn Cornick remembers two songs called My Green Tambourine and The Man. We know a song called Letting You Go, which was released by Derek Lawrence, Jethro Tull's producer, on MGM in the 90s, I believe, and he released it as a song called Blues for the 18th, and you can find that on YouTube, that song. Other songs that have been mentioned is a song called How Can You Work With Mama, I think. There's a song called You Got Me. There's a song called From 21 Subtract, Invasion of Privacy. Greg Russo's Flying Colours book and Dave Reese's really good Minstrels in the Gallery book has a lot of detail on this stuff. And then we also know they recorded some covers, I think, of Thelonious Monk and Ray Charles. So various songs in that sort of jazz, blues, soul-y milieu were being recorded at this point as the band was going through band names and finding its feet. Anyway, Ian Anderson is not a fan of those songs, and he's not a fan of this song either. So in the unlikely event he ever clicks on this channel and hears me sing this song, I think he'd switch off within about a second and a half. Hope you survive a bit longer. See you soon. Hope things are well. Bye.